Coming for me, Henry. Hello everyone, I am back with more KCD 2 again. And good news dropped today. Memes of KCD has hit 3,300 followers on Instagram. It's been mad on Instagram, it really has. Like, I don't know how, but followers have just shot up. And I think since the game's been released, I think I've posted like 4 memes since then. So it's been a pretty hectic near 2 weeks. So yeah, brilliant. 3,300 memes on, not memes, followers. Come on, Dan, get it right for fuck's sake. And also, the Brummy Gamer has reached affiliate status on Twitch, which I need to complete. By the way, I need to set it up, but first I'll need to look into how it works and things like that. But yeah, so I got the news last night that I've officially reached affiliate status. So thank you everyone for helping me get there. And also as well, the Brummy Gamer has reached 100 followers on Instagram. So my links for the Brummy Gamer are currently on your screen now. If you wish to follow me on Instagram or YouTube, be sure to do so. The Brummy Gamer YouTube channel, you won't find this stream on there. You'll find that on my MEMES at KCD YouTube page. And of course, if you wish to make a donation, then my link is in the channel. That's both on YouTube and of course here on Twitch. So enough of my ugly face. Before I do, I just want to say the last stream we had to get Sahans and this French dude, I forgot his name, out of the castle safely. So it was a bit of a kerfuffle, but I got there in the end. Unfortunately, I had to cut yesterday's stream off because I wasn't feeling great. I had a bit of an upset tummy, and it's not fair on you guys that you watch the stream and I keep going backwards and forwards to the restroom. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that doesn't happen again tonight. I do suffer with my bowel, so that's, you know, horrible. But I won't go into detail, don't worry. Right, okay, so yes, we've just got out of the castle with Sir Hans and this French dude. No more talking from me. Let's get into the game. Well, I will be talking, but let's carry on into the game. So, there's my message to my guardian angel follower. Hello, Real Devilly. I can always rely on you for your support.
You're a great friend. The best I could wish for.
After today, you may also count me among your friends. I, Vauquelin Brabant, chevalier, aventurier et voyageur. I'm at your service, mon brave Henri. And I have an excellent idea. In your honor, I shall name my new horse after you.
Pleased to meet you, Sir Vacula.
My name is Vauquelin.
Vauquelin.
Vauquelin?
Vauquelin.
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 Vauquelin. Would you mind if I just call you Brabber?
Brabant. En.
Brabant?
Que peut-on y faire? It will have to do. Do not concern yourself, mon ami. Clearly,
Mon
you
ami.
are not tenant in any art or conversation. But at least you have courage and other skills. You carried out the entire operation truly brilliantly. I could not have done it much better myself. And look, mon ami, how the fresh air suits Monsieur Chapon. He has finally stopped drawing in self-pity.
What self-pity, damn it? I was locked up for days in a tiny stinking room.
Ah, come now, mon cher. Luck was simply not on your side for once. That is all. Now we are finally free. The time has come for grand deeds. I did not waste my time in captivity.
The way the sun shines
I
for the
fought
trees.
everything over diligently. Listen.
Please, I'd prefer not to.
What's troubling you, Sir Hans?
What do you think? It all turned to shit again, and I ended up in captivity. I'm thankful at least that Hanush won't have to pay von Bergov a ransom for me. I'd never live that down. But I'll still have to listen to another lecture from him about how useless I am. Or do you have a different feeling about our Trotsky mission?
True. Not everything went according to plan. Actually, almost nothing went to plan. But At least I finally got revenge on Istvan. That Horson got what he deserved. Believe me.
My Christ, you got Ishbal! That's welcome news. No one will miss that fucker. Nice work.
Well, I
but
think
I
Eric
don't
will.
think that'll help me much with Hanush.
At least we know now that von Burgov was just hoodwinking us, and has no intention of standing against Sigismund.
That is for sure. And you certainly outsmarted him in the end. I will bet that Sigismund will scold him more than Hanush would Chapon. Mes amis, nous sommes libres. We are free. That is an opportunity we must seize. I still have enough tricks up my sleeve that I will perform for Sigismund now.
But first, I'd need to get good and drunk.
C'est facile. I know how it can be arranged. There is one very pretty vineyard nearby. The owner has been my friend since the time I...
Don't start. We should spur the horses on. God knows, they might be hot on our heels. Yeah!
Yeah!
Christ, woo. Such destruction and havoc.
War. Monsieur Chapon, you have yet to participate in a real battle. But I fought against les Valaques at Naples, and les Anglais in Bourgogne. And that is how war looks, whether in Italy or La Bohème. It is always the same.
That's not war. It's barbarism. What value did this village have?
Eh bien, I would estimate 5 courtyards. Annual revenues could be perhaps, several hundred groschen.
That's not what I meant, Bacalin. No fortress. Maybe one fortified courtyard. Practically insignificant militarily. That's not how war should be fought. This is
It's
unjust.
not how war should be
Do not give
fought.
way to sentimentality, monsieur. A village could harbor spies and saboteurs or supply the enemy, and destroying enemy assets is an effective tool of war. Wars are not decided only in battles. There are not even many of those. To strike in the rear, make the enemy lose and bleed. That is how most conflicts are fought. However, wait a year or two, the village will be settled. The population will increase again. That is how it always happens.
But we're the nobility. Our task is to lessen the chances of such things happening.
You're right, Hans. We must find allies and put a stop to it as soon as possible, so we can save as much as we can.
Yes. But we failed in Trotsky. And now this is our punishment.
I see that short captivity has turned you into a philosopher, Lord Capon.
Philosopher,
You should apply to the
Lord
faculty
Capon.
of arts before the muse lifts you again.
Here!
A bit foggy here, isn't it? I'm Henry. You're real devilly. Oh, it's Hannes and Sarantic. Oh, they've come. We've got him.
Of all the bandits in the whole wide world,
Oh, yes.
we run into this pair of scoundrels.
I fucked everything up.
Well, you're entirely your fault, Sir Hans.
Oh, head up, lad.
Head up, lad.
Everyone makes mistakes. Only a better man owns up to them. At least we know now what kind of vermin we're dealing with.
What brings you here? We just escaped from Malashov, and right now
There's no time for haste. One thing at a time, my boys.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant.
Word reached Ratai that you pair got yourselves into a nice mess. I'm glad to see you both in one piece. So,
So,
let's hear it.
see it.
What happened?
It's best if Henry tells you. I wasn't around for half of it.
No sooner had we spied Trotsky on the horizon than everything started to go to hell. We made camp by a pond with the intention of heading for the castle at first light, only we were ambushed by bandits in the evening. They killed all our men and took everything they could carry, including the letter for von Berghoff.
And how did you two manage to get out alive?
Just by a stroke of good luck. We were both in a bad way. We might not have made it if a local herb woman hadn't taken care of us.
Only after that, we couldn't get into the castle, though. We looked like a pair of beggars.
And the bastards treated us as such.
But you did get into Trotsky in the end, didn't you?
Von Berghoff received us and heard us out. It seemed like he was on our side. We even helped him out several times. Until we found out he was just stringing us along. It all came out after we set out with von Berghoff's men to deal with the bandits who were rampaging in his domain. The same ones who attacked us at the start.
Only they ambushed us and took me and Henry captive for ransom.
But it turned out these very outlaws are on our side. They're fighting for King Wenceslas on the orders of Sokol of Lamberg.
Well, I'll be damned.
So von Berghoff has been the real enemy all this time. And Zizka is actually our ally.
Zizka.
Zizka.
Zizka. He's the captain of those outlaws. That name doesn't ring a bell.
Well, I think you'll meet him soon enough.
What impression did he make on you?
He's some impoverished yeoman. But he's handy in a battle, and he helped us when we needed it.
He made quite an impression on me, for one. I'll be happy to see him again. But if
think
only
that's
it
a
didn't have to
glitch.
be in Rabours. Why Rabours? Of all the places in the world.
We're riding to a gathering of King Wenceslas's supporters. If fortune favors us, the future fate of the kingdom will be decided there.
If we keep standing around here gabbing about it, it'll be decided without us.
Patience, my friend. This pair have just returned from the clutches of the enemy. No doubt they have something to tell us.
Like how in the devil did you manage to escape?
I was helped by the Ruthard family, the former
Ruthard
rulers of
family.
Malashov, in exchange for dealing with some trouble they had with Ulrich of Raditz.
Ulrich Vavak? But he's the mint master.
Well, he won't be for long, if it comes to light that he's been putting his sticky fingers on the royal silver.
It seems you've been pretty busy.
But don't forget to say what you found out from von Berghoff in Malashov.
Sigismund has convened the city council. Markvart von Aulitz will be there with him, too. The word is, Sigismund is going to make an important announcement there.
He picked a nice time for it. But at least he won't be sticking his nose into what's going on around.
Now, if we had one of our people at that assembly, we'd get Sigismund's plans nice and fresh. Straight from the horse's mouth, so to speak.
My very words. And I know exactly who to send. Young Lord Capon will go with us to Rabosh, but you'll have to return to the city right away and try to worm your way into the town hall.
What? How can I get in there? I can't just walk in off the street.
You've got the dirt on Vavak, and you don't know how to use it. Just tell him either he gets you into the council chamber, or you get him on the gallows.
It's worth a try, right?
I hope that assembly really is important. If Sigismund is just going to announce an increase in taxes, there's not much point in my being there.
Well, at least you can enjoy watching the long faces of the councillors when they hear it. And don't worry, I'll eat and drink in Rabosh on your behalf.
If I come back and find you there under lock and key again, I'll leave you to rot.
T'inquiète. I will go as
T'inquiète.
well, and I will not let your friend out of my sight.
Hans? Who's this?
Vaclin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo, at your service.
He was a captive of Lord von Berghoff's, like me. He defended Kuttenberg against Sigismund.
In that case, he'll be a welcome guest at Rabosh.
You don't know what you're promising, Baron. Watching Sir Hans is a job and a half.
The main thing is to watch out for yourself, Henry. As soon as you can do so without raising suspicion, come and join us.
He'll manage it, but now we really need to hit the road.
The Lords of
Safe
Light.
travel, Henry.
Adieu et bonne chance!
And to you.
Bon chance.
Hopefully we'll meet soon. I ought to go and see Rosa when I'm in town. No doubt she'd like to know how it went with that book.
Go! Die! Go!
Wait! Wait! Wait!
Oh, bastards booked me off.
Quick! Ka! Ka! Quick! Go! Ka! Go! Die!
Wittenberg.
Quick! Die! Quick! Quick! Go! Ka!
Stand still!
Just trying to shake him off in the That's twice I've missed. think I've lost him. Come on, Pebs.
God!
Quick! Quick!
God! God!
Gutenberg.
Go! Go! Go!
What?
Hey, Hans!
I'm afraid not. My name's not Hans.
Don't think I can't see.
Where are you headed? Come back! We need to talk.
I'm a piss off, I ain't talking to you lot.
I'm sorry.
What is this, a tavern?
A fine day for some
I'll go see Rosa first, give her a book back.
It's hot out.
Took a bloody wrong turn. It is, isn't it? It's really nice.
Greetings.
By the way, like you were saying about that,
My favourite book. Pray tell, did you find it?
as I wandered through the fortress, I stumbled upon von Bergov's chambers, and there it lay.
There it lay.
Red leather, gold inlay, just as you said.
You really found it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
By the way, did you have any time to leaf through it and see what it's about?
Actually not.
That's too bad. I think you would like it. And perhaps even learn a thing or two.
Why do you think so?
I I just think you might find some common ground with the author. Not in absolutely everything.
I should have had a bloody
of course.
wash before seeing her.
That's just not possible. But in basic matters, I believe you'd agree. Look, you've never thought about writing something.
Me? And what would I write?
How should I know? Poetry, a novel, a treatise, or a whole book?
I've been through quite a bit, but I never thought of writing it down.
Wouldn't you want to at least give it a try?
I suppose I'm not quite sure where you're going with this.
There are still a few blank pages left, so we could finish writing it together. You and me. What do you think?
That sounds great.
In that case, we can get started right away.
Agreed.
How should I start?
You haven't thought of anything yet?
Now, I have many ideas, but we must contribute in equal part.
Both? Well, fine. And what should I do?
Just tell me what you'd like to read about. A tale of a man or a woman? I'll take careful notes of everything.
Well, being a man myself, a man, I suppose.
Why not? And what kind of a man is he?
You mean I have to think up a name?
You don't need to, but try to describe him so I
Describe
can better imagine him. With a single word, even.
There've already been enough heroes, saints, kings and martyrs. So an ordinary person.
That's 2 words, but I'll forgive you. And do you want it to be an ordinary villain or an ordinary do-gooder?
Well,
Make him
do-gooder,
a
of course.
do-gooder. But he can also have some bad traits to make it believable.
Very well. And what kind?
I don't know.
He could be born with his foot in his mouth. I know many such. They blurt something out, and only then think about it.
That's a good idea. His mouth gets him into trouble, but in the end, also out of it. That
Oh,
would be a
like so
joy to
hands.
write.
Writing it down on the feather and his quill, dip it in ink.
Well, just
I'm not
about
right-handed, I'm
finished.
left-handed.
Well,
left-handed.
Let's
man.
have a look.
Not yet. Something's missing.
What?
A picture. I don't trust myself with proper illumination, but I think I can handle a sketch, especially if you'll be my model.
What? And what on earth do I have to do?
Have you ever seen a heron? Imitate one.
A heron? Well, maybe like this?
Is that it?
Well, now we're done.
Finally. I'm sore all over.
Your suffering is over. Come take a look at what we've done. Your reward.
Ooh, new perk point available. Very good. Please don't ask me what it was
But
about.
what about that story of ours?
That's nice. A bit didactic, but not to the point of boring moral bludgeoning. That's the way it should be. Sermons for ordinary people work in a similar way. They entertain and encourage, with a few lessons added in between.
You see, when I lead mass one of these days, I'll certainly think of you. And what about the sketch? For such a slapdash job, it's not bad, right?
Oh, it's pretty, really. I don't
Just
think I've ever
very
seen
nice.
anything like that.
I know I'm no master illuminator, but otherwise, I think we can be quite satisfied. And thank you for the help. I really enjoyed it.
Well, so did I. But I must go now. What would people say if I were to spend half the day here?
It is noble of you to think of my reputation, but I think that spending more time in my company, and the company of my library, would certainly behoove you. If you come and ask me nicely, I'll be happy to help you with it.
Well, thank you very much, my lady. Okay, that's that. Let's go and get a bloody wash. No rush, mate. Just carry on. Go down the stairs like a fecking tortoise. Let's go have a wash. A nice hot bath.
What are you doing here? It hasn't been paid for.
Oh, shut up, you boring old fart.
Whistling just for fun?
Shut up.
Are you whistling at me? I'm not interested.
Ah, you boring old woman.
Even if it'd knock out a horse. Damn it, you know how I ended up last time.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My body is...
Certainly.
I need my wounds.
Excellent.
I'll gladly pay you.
Excellent.
Nice hot bath. I haven't had a bath in years. True. I haven't had a bath. I've only got a walk-in shower.
There.
So
all
it doesn't
better.
mean to say I don't
I hope
clean
that's all
myself.
your aches and pains taken care of. And take better care of yourself out there, friend.
Yeah. Oh, 3 points. 3 points, £3. Certainly improved. Right then, let's go and see Vavek or whatever his name is.
Apparently, the city council is organizing another greeting.
Excuse me?
Shift!
Christ, pardon me.
Gutenberg.
Well, it seems like this was a waste of time.
Hold your horses. What are you barging in here for?
I'm going to see Sir Ulrich Vavak on a most urgent matter.
As usual. Hurry then.
Is he in here? Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Aha.
Glad to see you again.
You have the gall to show me your face again?
Gall
I'll
to
call the
show
guards.
me.
Hold your horses. I'll come in peace.
Come in peace.
Actually, I have a little offer for you.
You've come to blackmail me again?
Don't know what you like. I need to get into the City Council Assembly. And I reckon you can help me.
The assembly? The one King Sigismund is supposed to attend in person?
Oh, yes.
Surely you wouldn't deny me a chance to meet the king?
Don't try that on
Don't
me.
try that
This
on
is
me.
connected with Ruthard, isn't it? And tell the truth.
Well, I just want to climb the social ladder.
And could you not choose a different?
Have you forgotten I have you over a barrel? If you want to keep your position and your head on your shoulders, you better shake...
All right, all right. If I get you into the council, you'll be... And that will be the end of up.
And how about a few grosh...
Are you trying to annoy me? I'll get you into the... You can get into the cappies roughly around your age, although not everyone will want to give up an opportunity
Time
to
to get a
serve
few
the
more
king
bob
of
off him.
Hungary.
Who's this boy?
Franta's his name.
Franta.
Franta Cooldown. He's an idler and a boozer, but he's proved his worth as a
Is
waiter.
this the
Which reminds
real
me,
life?
you'll need
Is
his
this
letter
just
of permission to serve
fantasy?
in the council. Otherwise, you won't be let inside.
What will I need to work as a waiter then?
Fast feet and good manners.
Excuse me?
Do you think you can serve the king in a torn shirt and...
Well, no.
Our usual waiter had a brand new livery made specially for meeting the king.
Where can I find the cook's boy?
He's supposed to pick up his new clothes at the market today, from Master Tailor Schneider. That is, if he's up and about after his booze.
At the what?
That German alehouse, the Iron Eagle. That is Zum Eisernen Adler.
Eisernen Adler.
What would work on him?
Would you like me to give you a letter for him? I told you how to get to the assembly.
I'll be going then.
Just make sure we both come out of it.
Just make sure we both come out of it alive. And how am I supposed to do this?
Priests wallow in gold.
While their falsehoods and indulgences...
Not die. Well, that'll be helpful, wouldn't it? exactly am I looking for here?
Why the long face?
Oh, I've just got this nasty premonition.
What premonition?
Fine day for some fine wares.
Jesus Christ, be...
Ah.
Roots, vegetables, mushrooms. Come and get some fresh mushrooms.
We get some fresh mushrooms.
Big and small, round and thin. Pies, sweet pie.
Ave Maria.
Come and take a gander. We've got it all. Quality goods, the finest wares. Come and take a look. Honey, muslin, badges, the strongest badger from Cashel. Melt on your tongue like butter.
Hey, innkeeper, that beer.
Take a look. Quality goods here.
Blessings to you.
Aha.
Greetings. I'd like to...
Surely you can wait a while. I have a customer. Here you are. The finest...
No more than I'd expect after the amount they cost. And you impatient fella, what was it you...
You must be Franta Cooldown.
I am.
I'm Henry.
I'm Henry.
I heard you're supposed to serve at the City Council Assembly.
I am. What's...
Great for church and the tavern too.
Supposing I took the job on for you.
Look here. It's not like them councillors stuffing their faces and guzzling wine while I... Why would you want to stick...
I want to see the king and...
Why's that?
See, I heard talk in this alehouse that King's...
What are you blab...
No, really.
Look here. I've...
I just have to get in there. I have an important message for the king.
But why would you want...
But it could be that someone from the council is mixed up in it.
I see. To begin with, you'll need confirmation that you've worked as a wait... Look here. Do you have any idea what's expected of you?
Of course. Who do you take me for?
All right. Now, show the confirmation to the head...
That makes sense.
And you'll need a waiter's livery. I had a... Here it is. I look like a prick in it. The main thing is, don't lose it before the assembly.
Thanks.
You better not.
Leather water skins, leather bottles.
Right then, so where's this clothes he's just got? Hello.
Franta Cooldown sent me. I'm to stand in for him at the council assembly.
Franta's not coming? What's wrong with him?
He got as drunk as a lord. Totally pie-faced. Then he fell into a ditch, and now he's staggering around the streets, God knows where.
I might have expected. Once, he turned up with a hangover, and as soon as he smelt wine, he threw up all over the chapel door. I told him if that ever happened again, he was for the boot. Oh, well, you'll have to take his place for today. I've no time to find someone else. We can't be without a waiter here, when the king himself will need waiting on. So, let's have a look at you. Have you got Franta's certificate?
Sure. There is.
Everything's in order. Now, about your livery. You've got a waiter's cap, a tunic you have.
A tunic you have.
Hose are good. It's a good thing you've got no steel on you. You need to be light on your feet to run around tables. Everything as it should be. Glad to see it, lad. Do you know what your duties are? For an inexperienced greenhorn like you, it'll be a great responsibility.
Well, I'll happily listen to any advice. I wouldn't want to foul things up.
I should certainly hope not. Now listen. A good waiter should stand in a corner, look willing and ready, and not get in anyone's way. In short, behave as if you're not there. But when one of the gentlemen calls for wine, you run and pour it for him on the double. You'll find the pitchers on a table by the door to the chapel. You take one and go to their table and pour for them. White Tokaib or red monastery wine?
White or red by the door to the chapel. Got it.
But for Councillor Adam of Zarzhitz, you must not pour at all. When he drinks, he disrupts and makes trouble. So the assembly has to be interrupted, or otherwise it never reaches an end. We can't allow that to happen in the presence of the king.
All right. Sir Adam of Zarzhitz stays dry.
And if the king himself wants wine, you pour for him with lowered eyes. Don't look at him. And the most important thing?
To stay in the back.
Correct. The councillors have a lot to discuss, and they certainly don't need any interruptions. And in general, a good waiter has to be invisible, blind, and deaf.
Oh? I thought I had to keep my ears pricked.
Well, yes, but only to what anyone wants from you. No excuses, and provide everything that anyone wants from you. Understood?
Absolutely. I'm a waiter, after all. Not some street gossip monger.
Correct. And if you manage not to botch it up, you can even rise on the social ladder. Not just anyone can serve the King of Hungary, but you'll manage it, right?
I know everything I need to.
Excellent. Put away your things here. It's easier to serve with a light.
Gothenburg City Council.
Our current Waffen arsenal is a joke, and on top of that, the army was requisitioning from it.
Boy,
Should the
a full
town
cup of
reserve
monastery
have
wine.
worse weapons than any Räuber in the domain?
What are you getting at, Eldris?
I'm saying that the bandits who freed Hinnick, the Dry Devil, used that thing. That
I apologise, sir.
Hackenbücher.
Which wine?
Hand
Red,
cannon.
and quickly.
Can you believe it?
Or is it?
Where did they get them?
You're the one who should know where they got them, since you're a gunsmith.
What are you implying, Friedrich? All I'm saying is that they had them, Herrgott. It is eine Schande when outlaws have better
Sir?
weapons than the city garrison. And Herr König surely
you,
knows
waiter.
this too.
What is it, Eldris? You smell a deal?
What I smell is that your stubborn heads do not realize what Schwierigkeiten this is. The Dry Devil is running free. There are Raubritter everywhere in the region. We have the army bearing down, and you want to defend yourselves with a few rusty helpers.
I fancy some
And who is
Tokai.
it you want to fight?
Refill,
exactly.
boy.
The merciful King Sigismund is providing us with protection, isn't he?
Der König and his army will not be here forever.
Shut up! The king
Hey,
can
where's
arrive
my
at any
white?
moment. What if he heard you?
What then? We're sitting atop the
Sir?
biggest silver heap in the kingdom, and we're supposed to defend it with
Well,
proof?
thank the Lord.
Right, Eldris. But where can we get the coin for better equipment?
We can always confiscate the property of the king's enemies, nicht wahr?
We are more than familiar with the jämmerlich state of our armory. And the king is surely aware of it as well. Maybe if he waived some of the taxes?
The king fears that this town will rise against him. He'll take the arming of the city's militia as a preparation for war.
So you suggest we just wait with arms crossed for the Raubritter to wreak havoc all around?
We can always ask the king to bring order to the realm with his army.
But then
Monastery wine
the
here.
Dürfler will rise up.
I'm afraid I see no solution of the current situation. We shall wait and see what
Sir?
His Majesty thinks about the matter. Maybe we can change his mind.
Well,
Vielleicht.
thank the Lord.
I'd like to report to the Honorable Council on the cleanliness of the city and the state of the public baths.
You mean baths or brothels?
Isn't it the same thing?
So, the cleanliness of the
My
city
cup
is
is
not
empty.
what it should be.
Pour me some
Current
white.
baths in the city fall far short of covering all the citizens' needs.
You're right, Jerome. But a woman named Betty has showed up on Hopbrink.
The cathedral will be standing before you
She's
bring
a
me that
protege
white.
of Maresh. Her efforts are commendable, but I don't think she'll succeed. It takes a firm hand, not soft, feminine fingers.
A moment ago, you were complaining there weren't enough baths. Shouldn't we support her?
Something like this is better handled by trustworthy people, like my friend, bathhouse proprietor Adam. The need for
More
cleanliness
wine,
and
Master Bailiff?
citizens' health
I have
should
enough
not be
wine.
underestimated.
Come closer.
Nor over it.
I need something from you. There is an item in my study that I confiscated from a female thief. She thought she could wriggle out of it by telling me who the item belongs to.
And what is it?
A silver goblet. She sneaked into Sir Ulrich's house and stole it. No one's noticed the theft yet. But if Ulrich finds out, he'll turn the city upside down to find the culprit. Go and get it. And don't you make a mess.
Where can I find this goblet?
Use your eyes and come right back with it.
Arguing about who is going to wash where and how is a waste of time.
It's only a waste of time because we're always arguing about the same thing.
Not at all. If you'd finally admit that it's a trifle, we wouldn't have to keep coming back to it.
A trifle? Do you ever walk the streets here? Sewage,
Nice.
slop and rubbish.
These silver
The least
might
we
be
can do
big.
for the citizens is to provide them with a place to wash up.
What nonsense! Next,
So, did you find it?
everyone for free.
I did, Master Bailiff. Here it is.
Not so loud. Show it here. That's it. And now go back to your job.
Agree. What if the king heard us?
I got word that Rutard has pulled off another deed.
That's nothing unusual. That old weasel will never accept that the city isn't run his way. At least
Tokai!
until His Majesty
And the full
honors
cup.
us with his visit. And as we know, Gunslin absolutely hates him.
He can
I
hate all he
apologise, sir.
wants, as long as he
Which
does
one?
no damage.
White, Tokai.
Ulrich, what have you got to say about it?
Me? Well, I'm not sure what you're implying.
Horseshit! You know full
Roll up.
well. Everybody knows. He wiped the floor with you.
Compose yourself, Adam, and stop drinking. The king might come any time now.
Where's
That's
my
right.
white?
Let's not burden the anointed monarch
Sir?
with such...
Me? Compose myself? Well, thank me? I beg your pardon. I demand that you...
Ruhe! Franz, please continue.
I'm speaking about the Rutard incident. You
Okay,
were there, weren't
and
you?
a full cup.
Oh, that. Just a small misunderstanding. We've sorted it out and everything's settled.
My ears must be deceiving
Oh, this
me.
is boring,
Are
isn't
you
it?
defending Rutard? Besides, if his men attacked
Are they
yours,
only just
as I
pressing the
heard,
grades
then
for
we
the
have a good
Tokai?
reason to punish him.
What happened there?
Thank
Leave
you,
nothing
waiter.
out?
I don't like Ruthard, true, but in this case it really was nothing.
Everyone in the city gossiped about it. I heard there were
Hey,
several
waiter.
dead.
Pour me
Did
some
you?
Tokai.
That's grossly exaggerated. I don't think Ruthard will cause any trouble. He is sensible enough not to draw attention to himself while the king is here.
I apologise, sir.
That's true.
Which wine?
Because if
Are
we don't
you
do
colourful?
something about him, the king
Why-
himself will put an end to him, and soon.
Unless he puts an end to us first. God knows what he wants to tell us.
If nothing happened, there's
Good
no
sir.
point in dwelling on it. Let's move on.
I'm sorry, Andreas,
Well,
but
thank
I
the
wouldn't
Lord.
brush it off so quickly. Why do I have the feeling you're not telling us the whole truth, Ulrich?
Are you accusing me of lying?
Those are strong words, my friend. Nobody said anything like that, did they?
Then why doesn't he tell us what really happened,
I'm not keeping anything from you, but there's little truth to the rumors circulating around the town. Yes,
Little
Ruthard
rumours
and I
circulating
had a little disagreement, but we ended it quickly because his daughter wanted to get involved. I didn't want to expose the girl to any unpleasant sights.
So Rutard is hiding behind his own daughter's skirts.
As if it wasn't enough that he sent his son to die defending the city.
All right. If we really don't have anything new to say, let's turn the page.
Things have got out of order in the town. Some adventurers decided to take the law into their own hands and restore the tradition of duels.
Duels.
Not only barbaric, but also illegal. If we tolerate this, the rabble in the city will go wild and do whatever they want. I suspect the gentleman from the
Hey,
city's
boy,
sword
a
fighting
full
school
cup
brought
of
this custom
monastery
to
wine.
us. That German, Menhard, is just hanging around the market looking for trouble.
I apologise, sir. Which wine?
Monastery Red.
And to accuse a swordsmaster without a
Sir?
shred of proof. We're not some old fishwives on the marketplace.
Don't hang around
So
me.
you will just
Vanish,
leave it be?
hear me?
Proven offences are punished by the bailiff. And that's that. There are more pressing matters to deal with.
More pressing than the open contempt of the whole town garrison.
Refill, sir.
The guards
Do you think
are
I come to the
apparently
council
settling
just to
accounts their
guzzle
own.
wine?
We'll
Come
soon
here.
be the
What can I help you with, sir?
I left my gloves in the chapel. I took them off to pray, but then I rushed here and forgot to take them. I can't just get up and walk out now.
I can't
You
just get up
disappear
and
for
walk
a
out.
little while.
What?
All right.
I knew I could count while you're at it. Count how many figures on the mural have wings.
But why?
Because I'm bored. And because I told you.
Soon be out of customers.
Ah, to hell with it. We'll never get anywhere like this. Why waste our time?
That was easy enough. And he wanted me to count the winged figures.
So, let's see what you've got for me.
I found your gloves, sir.
Really? And did you count those
I counted 16.
And did you count all the monsters and...
Oh, I thought you meant only the angel.
Go back to serving wine.
And there's the eternal dispute over the cathedrals. The building of the church is dragging on, and in the meantime, they are calling diocesan pilgrimages to settlers, right under our noses. It's just a village with a monastery, and they are going to make a royal mining city. Why can't we build faster?
Hey,
hire more
waiter!
craftsmen, start with
Throw
night
me
shifts.
some Sakai.
Because those so-called craftsmen are a band of parasites. You pay them, they come late, or report sick. And if they do come, their work is shit, and you have to pay someone else to put it right. It's a waste of time. I tell you, a waste of time.
Adam, don't interrupt the proceedings with your drunken ranting, even if you are in the right. And as for you, Endelin, haven't you noticed there's a war going on? Are the experts from far
Hey,
off
boy,
supposed to work in a
full
city
cup
under
of
siege?
monastery wine.
Besides, I get the feeling there's something
apologize,
other than the
sir.
welfare of the city
Which one?
behind your complaints.
Oh, you
Am
do.
I speaking
Do you?
in Latin?
And what would that be?
Like, for instance, that you'd like to have your own altar there?
So what if I would?
Hold your horses, gentlemen. That space in the side nave is mine.
When hell freezes over, my friend, your place is at least 2 steps
Wait,
behind
sir.
mine.
I
A
wanted
swordsmith
monastery
dares
wine.
to insult me? Ha! I think not.
Excuse me? You wanted to buy yourself an altar in the cathedral, just like you bought yourself a seat in this council.
How dare you? I acquired my seat for the services our guild provided and still provides to the crown.
Well, I hope you're not supplying equipment to the army. If that's all they have, they would be defeated by that bunch of ne'er-do-wells from the alehouse on Hopbrink.
What ne'er-do-wells?
You there,
Those wrestlers
lad,
of theirs,
a cup
of
of bread.
course.
And don't you
People
skip
from
on
the
me.
whole town go to watch them brawl.
Oh, this is news to me.
Because it has all been sorted out. Not long ago,
Sir?
the guards raided and threw them all out.
Ah, yes, I had forgotten.
Thank you, waiter.
What do we have to discuss next?
I'm telling you, something is being planned. Oh, I doubt it. No one's gonna tackle Ruthard.
Utra. King Sigismund of Hungary. Magmat. It's Magmat. Magmat. Oh, I can't do it as good as Roxy. Pour him some wine. Pour Sigismund some wine. I wonder if Marfart knows who he is.
You have nothing to fear. Not you.
Like this plan of falls!
Like this band of falls. Radzig and Anish. And Ziska.
Come now, father. Put a little life into your dying. Seen more cheerful priests at funerals.
I'd rather be at one than here. I hoped I'd never see this fortress again in my life.
Unpleasant memories?
You have no idea. I didn't part ways with my father on entirely good terms. 20 years ago.
And now you're 2 decades older and wiser. At your Ujit's parish, you spread the word of God to your flock, and you saved my neck and Henry's too. I'd say your father should be proud of you.
None of that matters a damn to him.
Who knows? Maybe that 20 years has changed a thing or two.
You know what? Let's drop the subject.
Drop the subject.
Do you know any of the guests here?
Most of them I'm seeing for the first time in my life. It's a pretty varied company. We've had bandits, nobles, burghers, a priest,
burgers?
even a rabbi coming together here. It's like the start of some joke.
Wait a moment. Rabbi, you say? The Kuttenberg rabbi?
Yeah. He came with a retinue. But for now, they're keeping mostly to themselves. Maybe you should go and welcome some of them. After all, this used to be your home. And you're a spiritual man too, so you should have something in common.
I wouldn't be too sure. But I suppose I can try. Who's that French fellow you brought here from Malashov?
Malashov.
The great Baron Brabant. Been everywhere, knows everything, and has the keys to half the kingdom. He's got more fairy tales than my old nanny.
Can he be trusted?
He's a blabbermouth, but a harmless one. Besides, he defended Kuttenberg, and you know how that went. If he were on Sigismund's side, he'd hardly have been locked up with me.
How does it feel to breathe free air again?
What can I say? You can never truly appreciate freedom until someone locks you up for a while.
Or until you become a priest.
No fear of that in my case. I intend to enjoy life to the full. Wine, women, and song.
What do you plan to do now you're a free man again?
What do you think? Get drunk, woo one of the local wenches, and wake up in the morning with no hose and a head like a church bell.
Have you perchance forgotten we're supposed to be deciding the future of the kingdom here?
I'll leave that to the older and wiser. And duller.
Dear me. I'd rather creep off into some corner with a full wineskin. But I suppose I'll have to introduce myself to the rest of the guests, eh?
Indeed you should. After all, you are one of the lords of Rabosh.
Oh, don't start with that. I'd like to steer clear of the old man as long as I can.
In that case, you should sound out Radzig and Hanush and find out what they're actually planning.
Well, it's not...
God bless, good sir. God bless.
I'll be right with you.
I'm glad you finally accepted my invitation.
Good health to you, sir. I'm Godwin. A friend of that lad you arrived with, Henry.
Henry.
We don't know each other.
Baron Vauclin Brabant, Chevalier d'Arezzo. The last of my line. I am a warrior, a traveler, a strategist, and also, à ma manière, a poet.
My word. Isn't that exhausting?
Mais non! And I'm glad to meet a new friend.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Baron. I knew right away we'd hit it off. How did you end up imprisoned in Malashov?
Ah, c'est une histoire compliquée. It was after I heroically led the defense of Kuttenberg, and only lost it narrowly by an unfortunate turn of events.
That needs some explanation. What unfortunate turn of events?
Oh, misère. It is clear you have never been to war.
You're quite mistaken, Monsieur Baron. I have.
Ah, je suis désolé. This Bohemia is a strange land. I have seen farmhands, children, and even women fighting. But the clergy? Sainte Mère, do tell me about it. No doubt you fought on the side of truth and honor.
My last big battle was in Kosovo.
I've heard of this battle. Many great men fell there.
Many great men fell there.
And it was there I decided it was nothing for me. So I settled down in a presbytery in Ujits.
Then, what are you doing here, at a meeting of opponents of the crown?
Ah, the Lord moves in mysterious ways. You say you're a poet? How about a verse or two to amuse us?
Jamais. Is poetry nothing but a fuss to you? Is a poet a gesture for amusement? I think not. To recite, I require the proper mood. And besides, few here would understand me.
Where have you been on your travels? Have you seen the ocean?
But of course! I was born by the sea. If you are interested in my greatest journeys, then I have traveled with a merchant caravan all the way to the Ottoman Empire. And if you are interested in my greatest deed, then that was perhaps saving the life of the King of France.
And you wouldn't by any chance know the Pope, personally?
Which one do you mean?
Personally.
I spoke briefly with Boniface IX when I was sojourning in Rome. A pleasant fellow.
How come almost nobody here knows you?
I am operating, as they say. Incognito. My great benefit is my strong connection with the French court. There, everyone knows my name. Here in Bohemia, I'm still building my reputation, slowly, but surely.
So,
What makes you say that? Did he catch you stealing wood?
Such rare guests. One wouldn't expect to find among Christians representatives of your community. I'm Godwin. My greetings to you.
Peace be with you. Neither would one expect a priest here. And yet...
How do you know I'm a priest?
It's not difficult to tell. After all, we have much in common. And we are both a little on unfamiliar ground here. I'm Yehuda, leader of the rabbinical court in the sacred community of Gutenberg. And this is Samuel, my aide.
Who would rather not be here at all. Why did we have to come here, Sadie? Can you not see everyone is staring at us?
Because we all need to help each other in this time of need. And why would they not stare when you are frowning so?
Are you here to arrange some trade?
We have more serious matters to attend to here than gaining a few groschen. The situation in the town and the kingdom is unsustainable. The whole land is on the brink of destruction. You have men and weapons. We have the means to sustain them.
Why are you telling this to a Koimer? You wanted to deliver what we brought to the Margrave and quickly leave.
Everything in good time, Samuel. We have just arrived, after all.
Did you come to lend money to the lords?
Not to lend, but to give. Help given to the needy is repaid only by God.
You don't even know if you can trust them. With that money, we could have paid mercenaries ourselves.
You remind me of my young friend Henry. He's a bit of a hothead too.
Henry? That messenger of Radzik Copula?
You know each other. You're both around the same age.
That would be him. We did not get off to a very good start.
Or maybe you'll get to know each other better. He should be coming here later, by the way.
For a young stripling, he's been through plenty. It's not so long since his parents were killed in Skalitz. He was supposed to become a blacksmith, and instead, he's roaming the world, risking his neck at every turn.
Very true. A blacksmith, you say? From Skalitz?
Aye, that's right. Did you know anyone there?
I knew of someone. A blacksmith
Martin.
by the name of Martin.
My daughter knew him most, and that is why Samuel is in this world. For our numerous sins.
Maybe he was my father, but he certainly didn't act like one.
Martin was his dad?
Ma raised me on her own.
And that was all for the best.
Why? He should have taken care of me, but instead he fathered another bastard.
Don't make hasty judgments. As far as I know, Martin didn't have any other children. At least, none of his own. He took in Henry, and raised him as his own, on the orders of the Lord of Skalitz, Sir Radzik Kobila, Henry's real father.
I don't care if he took care of 20 other Mamsas.
That boy's blood father denied him, just like yours did to you.
A person can't choose their parents. And Henry only found out about it recently.
Enough. I'd rather have a drink. Will you have one too, Zayde?
For that, there will be more suitable times.
Good health.
L'chaim.
Sir Hanush. Sir Radzik.
Dear friends and allies, in these troublesome times, you all know why we're here. The question remains, what to do next? Sigismund is facing troubles in Hungary, and here too, he is up against resistance. He's a capable strategist, but a poor diplomat. Mark my words. If we wait him out until winter, he will leave of his own accord.
By winter, he'll have torched all our fortresses and carried off everything that we possess.
Are we seriously gonna wait and cower in a corner? Or are we gonna drive them out in shame? A few well-planned raids and we could have him in our fists!
At what price? Have you got men to spare? Has any of you got men and money to spare?
We don't have men out there.
Yes, we do.
We do not.
Jobst is right. That whole sun won't fall easily.
Only we can't wait.
Are we to get ourselves killed?
Or end with nothing?
Let's get in.
Do you have any? I'm not going to die.
Friends, we'll get nowhere like this. Let's adjourn ourselves and try to think it through.
Well, that went just as expected. Good health.
And to yours. Could it have gone any other way when there's so many of us here?
I would have expected a bit more sense from Jobst, of all people. He made an amateur's mistake. But it's hard to be angry with him when he's trying to ingratiate himself with everyone. By the way, I'm John of Liechtenstein. And you must be Godwin, the son of...
That's not a thing I've ever boasted of. How do you know that?
I have my sources. From what I've heard about you, I'd judge you could be quite useful to me at today's gathering.
Is that so?
Indeed. And that's why I'd like to ask something of you.
It depends what it's all about.
A little delicate diplomacy. I expect we can agree that Jobst's plan has certain shortcomings.
That's a weak word.
And the way it stands at the moment, he'll never get the support of the council. But I have an idea how to change that.
Well, I'm curious how you hope to shut Zizka up and satisfy the ones who want peace.
We'll sit and wait quietly until Sigismund withdraws of his own volition, as Jobst proposes, but we'll be waiting in the military camp of our huge new army.
When Sigismund sees that, he'll be off to Hungary all the sooner. At a gallop.
Exactly. Sigismund's army is demoralized and weakened. And besides, he's running out of resources. He's able to tackle fortresses that aren't able to defend themselves, but he won't engage an equal force on the battlefield.
But he can't retreat either. That would be a disgrace.
And that's exactly why we'll wait until he's called back to Hungary by events there. For the plan to work, we need allies, their money and their determination. We've already set the ground for it. We just need negotiators who will push the right people in the right direction.
Are you saying you set everything in motion even before Jobst?
More like in parallel, but without his knowledge. If we find support and make it look like the whole thing was his idea, we'll all win.
Why are you doing all this anyway?
Because I want to put a stop to the senseless deaths, and also because I'm happier with Wenceslas on the Bohemian throne.
You've got an interesting way of approaching things.
You're certainly not the first to tell me that. I take it as a compliment.
I'll help you. What exactly should I do?
I'll give you 3 names. Bocek of Kunstadt, Hamann Alder, and Anna of Waldstein. If you can get those 3 on our side, we've won the day. Meanwhile, I'll take care of Jobst.
Tell me a bit more about those people, so I know who I'm dealing with.
Certainly. Who do you want to start with?
Bocek of Kunstadt. I know the name, but I can't quite place him.
That's just the thing. He's got massive estates, great influence, but he holds back. He doesn't play the big game, because he doesn't like to take risks. He always goes for the sure thing. But once he's made his mind up, not even a pair of oxen will hold him back.
Alder the Alderman. Wasn't he a Kuttenberg councillor?
He still is. The only one who retained his position after the city was taken. Only he's here, instead of cozying up with Sigismund in Kuttenberg. So his days in the council are numbered. But he'll continue to have a strong influence on the guilds and the rich burghers. And that's why we need him.
Anna of Waldstein. The widow of that rich mine owner. What was his name?
Wenzel Bartosz. And I'm not surprised you forgot.
I was quite surprised to see her.
Quite a few people there, aren't there?
Assemblies like this are more of a
You're still a real devil.
So far, Godwin, so far. Anna is holding back and behaving like an exemplary young widow. But don't trust appearances. She's got claws, she knows how to do her sums, and she certainly has no love lost for Sigismund.
And what use can she be to us? Apart from her late husband's money, of course.
She's as sharp as they come when it comes to trade. And she knows a thing or two about diplomacy. There are wicked tongues that claim Bartosz acquired most of his wealth thanks to her, and that it was thanks to her that he died, too.
I'll get on it then. Wish me luck.
I wish us both luck. Before the day is over, the die will be cast.
Success to our plans.
Well, he's a piece of any Godwin. Loves a drink.
I'll tell you, nobody has the likes of these.
Not even Bocek?
Not even Bocek, and he's a great lord.
That's hard to believe. I'd like to check your horses out and see if they're as good as you say.
Pah, even better. but you won't believe it until you see for yourself.
And you might not believe your eyes when you do see them. Well, well, we have a new guest.
I wanted to...
You wanted to apologize for crashing into my home without it by your leave. Or to arrest my guests some more?
I want to have a word with Older.
Well, I'm having a word with you.
I'll talk to you later, Father. This is important.
You're in my home, so you'll talk to me.
Is that your...
Unfortunately. Speak up, then.
We'll talk later and in private. Right now, we have more important things to attend to.
Don't try my patience.
Why so strict, Martin?
Why so
20
strict,
years
Martin?
ago, he was nothing but a cheeky brat, only interested in wenches and booze. I got him a place at the Archbishopric to have some sense beaten into his head. Only it wasn't long before they kicked him out. And then I find out he's settled in some backwater parish in Sassau. But he took his boozing and whoring along with him, lost everything, and then came creeping home again. Huh?
Try saying it again a little louder. They might not have heard you in the outer courtyard.
You have the impertinence to show me your face after the way you disgraced our whole family?
I wouldn't set foot here if I had a choice. Better to be a priest in some backwater than have a father like you.
How dare...
You're as shit a father as I am a son. We've got nothing to blame each other for. And now let...
You're dishonoring your...
I can't dishonor someone who has no honor.
That's enough.
Christopher.
Christopher.
You won't get away with those insults.
I'm not happy about it. This isn't how I imagined my fight.
Fight.
We'll just settle a very private matter. It's an honorable duel, man against man. Stay back.
Left arm lower.
Fucking hell!
Look in my eyes, not at my
Not
sword.
bad for a priest.
Swing with your whole arm, not just your wrist.
What the?
Stand firm. Otherwise, the first strike will put you on your arse.
That was sneaky.
You don't know which end of that thing is up.
Not bad for a priest.
Your right side. You've got a gap there I can drive a cart through. What's wrong with your legs?
Enough. That will do. My God.
My God.
Where did you learn to wield a sword like that? Father always said you were a good-for-nothing boozer. That you could teach sword fighting in a school.
I was in a war. Right after they kicked me out of the Archbishopric. And you ought to know yourself. Not all the faults that Father sees are real.
Aye. Well, I apologize for going off like that. I had to, so that...
So Father would be satisfied. I know. Only he'll never be satisfied. The sooner you realize that, the better.
I thought he was the way he was because his first son let him down. And he hoped at least his second would become something.
And no luck again, eh? When I was 6 years old, I fell off a horse and broke my leg. He wouldn't talk to me for a week because I'd let him down.
The first time he took me hunting, he let me starve for 3 days until I was able to shoot my first hare.
Only 3 days. He got soft.
I always wondered who you were. There was never much talk about you at home.
Look, I really did fuck up everything I could. I brawled and boozed until they threw me out of my own parish. But now, I have a chance to put things to rights a little.
And that's why you want to talk to Alder.
I've got to get him on our side and to cooperate with us.
Aren't we all on the same side?
Maybe everyone's saying that. But it's time to put it into action.
After your encounter with Father, it won't be easy to get to Alder. Actually, I don't think you should even attempt it.
Unless you want to anger Father even more.
What else can I do, though?
I'll talk to him myself. He'll hear me out for sure. But...
All right, then. You've heard Yob's plan, right? It's a nice idea, but we can't wait around without an army to back us up.
only no one's going to pay for one, because that would be an outright admission of rebelling against Sigismund.
Alder's got some clout with the councillors and burghers who are loyal to Sigismund. If he agrees, they'll follow.
I expect Alder's not the only one you're after.
You got that right.
Leave Alder to me. The plan sounds sensible, and he's no fool.
I don't know how to thank you.
You can drag me to a tavern sometime. Pa doesn't need to know about it.
You're starting to sound like a brother.
Right. Oh,
And that's exactly why we mustn't push too hard.
oh dear.
One thing only. Line.
Sir Bocek, I need to speak with you for a moment.
A man hardly puts his cup to his lips and someone comes along to put a flea in his ear. Yobs comes up with a plan as full of holes as a beggar's shoes, and now you're all jostling to win me over for him.
On the contrary, I've come here with an idea how to improve it.
Does that improvement include a few thousand men at arms? If not, you can go to the devil with it.
A few thousand men at arms as a convincing argument. And 100 horsemen on top. Only in order to get them, we need coin.
You've got my attention, but not my money yet.
How can I persuade you?
I need guarantees of security. I don't want to end up like Rutard.
Of course. Once it comes to protecting property, ideals go out the window.
You can talk, since you haven't got a pot to piss in yourself. If you were in my position, you'd think differently. I have a lot of property, lots of subjects to look after, and along with that, the Lord blessed me with a large family. I can't risk it all in a conflict with Sigismund.
So you need guarantees that you won't be left standing in the cold if you openly oppose Sigismund.
My guarantee is called Yitka. She's my niece. If I succeeded in marrying her off to another strong house, I'll have the certainty that I won't be left alone.
Maybe it's enough to find a suitable groom among the allies.
Perhaps someone of suitable standing who Yitka would also gladly accept. I don't want her to be unhappy.
How about young Lord Capon?
He's a youngster still.
Hey, innkeeper, that beer?
What's wrong with him? He's young, he's handsome, women are fighting over him. Yitka will like him, and he'll give her a whole bunch of...
And to half the wenches. And on the other hand, the Lords of Lipa have a good reputation. Maybe it's not...
I'll convey your offer.
I don't care what the young... If he agrees, I'll be...
Pushing a friend to tie the knot.
The kingdom will not forget his sacrifice.
Sir Hanush, I bring happy tidings.
You do?
Sir Hanush.
Let's hear it then.
Young Lord Capon is... good.
If he's got some impoverished noble's daughter pregnant, I'll have his hide. I'm not going to support some...
You misunderstood my meaning. I was the one who arranged the betrothal. I mean, with your blessing.
You arranged a marriage for my ward? Just like that?
With the niece of Sir Bushek, Lord of Kunstadt. Her name's Yivka.
Bushek of Kunstadt? The Bushek? Godwin, you conniving old bastard!
Oh, fuck.
I don't believe it. So, young Hans is to marry Kunstadt's daughter?
Niece.
If you're serious, I'll make sure that you get the Rattay parish.
Or you could make me the abbot of Sus. Or what
The
about
abbot
a
of
bishop?
Sassa.
Forget it. Soon I'll be paying for a wedding. Not a word to Hans.
Not a word to
Wouldn't tell
Lord
him
Hans
myself.
K-pop.
And let's drink to it, shall we?
Wedding bells.
Cheers.
Cheers to you and to your parlaying skills.
Oh, so Hanish is happy as Larry, isn't he?
Take a look at that. A nightingale surrounded by hawks.
Good to see. Sir Bushek, your niece Yivka can start preparing for her.
So Hanush agreed.
Indeed.
Then I will fulfill my...
Thank you, Lord.
Enough formality.
Cheers to the beautiful Lady Yivka and the young.
Here's to a good bargain.
My apologies, mate.
And as slippery as a bag of eels.
Godwin, we didn't have much time for conversation on the way.
With pleasure, sir. As it happens, what are you expecting from today's gathering, my lord?
Well, I have no great expectations. But, all going well, we may be able to establish some joint steps towards the future. As long as we proceed without prior agreement and mutual support, we will be very unlikely to achieve any progress.
Where did you leave Sir Divish? Surely he's not too old to miss out on such an event.
Haven't you heard? Lady Stephanie is with child. No one even imagined Divish would produce an heir at his age.
As they say,
Oh, I wonder who the
doesn't matter
father
who
is, if you
kneads the
know.
dough, as long as there's a pie in the oven.
Godwin.
Well, it could be a miracle. I couldn't help but notice your son had...
To put it mildly, but not to do him an injustice, knowing young Lord Capon, he undoubtedly contributed to that more than a little. Although, if they didn't pull each other out of trouble, God knows where they'd be now.
Wise words. Still, Henry's come a long way on a thorny path. I trust you're rightfully proud of him.
You know, I am. And Martin would also be glad, even though Henry chose a different path than he.
May God grant him eternal...
Let's go and see young Lord K-pop. Ah, you're still here, real devil. And how are they?
I've got some good news and some bad news for you.
The bad news is there's hardly any females in this whole damned place. There's some old bat standing there with two young girls, but she watches over them like a mother hen. So at least tell me the good news.
You're going to get married.
Is she at least pretty?
I don't know. I've never
Never
seen her.
You're really a barrel of laughs, Godwin.
Oh, he is so
I
Radzig's
still
proud
have
of his
this.
toy.
No.
Good old
Enough
Radzig.
nonsense. Let's...
To your health.
Ah, that's that.
Sir, I don't believe I've had the honor.
Nor I, until now. I am Sir Conrad,
Look at them,
Lord
they're
of
both
Vesta.
slashed.
And you are the heir to the Lord of Rabosh, are you not?
Used to be. My father somewhat disowned me some time ago.
And I used to be the Royal Mint Master, until the king decided to replace me.
Are you going to support the Margrave's proposal?
I haven't quite decided yet. It's true that displeasure against the king is noticeably growing in Kuttenberg. But if our rebellion were to come face to face with Sigismund's army, I'd be risking my future, if not my life.
Do you think you might get your position as mint?
I doubt it. Half the town hates Vavak, and he knows that his security stands and falls with his function.
We've got quite
more than you think. If my memory doesn't, so I recollect at least.
Served.
Even so. Before King Wenceslas appointed...
And now look at us. We have cast off our robes.
There's no point in waiting for divine...
It was a pleasure.
Likewise.
What was I just thinking about?
God be with you, noble lady. There's something I'd like to ask of you.
God be with you. What would that be?
Your diplomatic support.
No beating around the bush, eh? I like that.
Margrave Yob's plan has some gaps, milady.
To muster an army that Margrave can't afford on his own?
Christ. Be praised. You're astute.
I should say so. All sorts of people have their eyes on my money, and divining their intentions is a necessity. Although, between the two of us, it isn't hard to figure out what Liechtenstein is after.
Hit the nail on the head again.
I am rarely
I'd say you have a better nose for people than...
Not only for people, but also
Oh,
for
all these dialogues are sort of getting on me weak now.
and beneficial deals.
Then you're in the right place.
The wine here is average. The cooks. So?
Nothing more than support and resources for an army to parley more effectively with Sigismund.
Nothing more? I'd say that's plenty. And why ask me for help?
The Lady Stephanie's with
Why
child.
should I, of all people, take the risk?
Is Henry gonna be a daddy?
Sigismund won't...
Maybe he wouldn't directly. But if you want me to support you...
Do you have something in particular in...
Well, one of the guests here has something that shouldn't get into the...
who's that?
Harmon Alder. Now, if you were to switch these papers for the ones he brought...
Have you fallen out with the town council?
No. Alder is innocent in the matter. My relatives from the House of Bart, they're disappointed that I dared outlive my husband. And the fact that I'm handling his estates makes their hair stand on end.
And these...
My relatives somehow dug up some trade contracts between my...
You were dealing with the enemy.
They were not the enemy at the time. My conscience is clear. But I'll rest easier when the...
And the papers I'm...
Just insignificant documents. If the incriminating...
All right, I'll...
Alder will surely have the papers in his saddlebags, which he left in the shed. Bring them to me. But watch yourself. Odorin's group.
Take a look at that. A nightingale.
Hey, you! What are you doing here? No. And what would...
That's none of your concern.
No? What's that?
If you hold me up, Lady Anna, and since you're just a fucking groom...
No, it's... That won't please Lord Odorin.
Exactly, am I sister.
I've got those papers.
Quiet!
Milady, with all the clamor going on here, I cannot. Here they are. You're welcome.
As agreed. I will support Liechtenstein's proposal with both words.
Thank you.
Yes, quite.
How could I refuse?
And to the success.
Gentlemen, I think we can raise our goblets to the successful conclusion of the negotiation.
Is this supposed to be...
Like I said, miracles happen where you least expect them. Tell me, Godwin of the House of...
I bring nothing from the House of Odoran. But the...
Both of them.
Good. This is going to be a long story, and I could use...
Right.
It would seem that we have all benefited from the break in these proceedings. New alliances have been formed. And I have also changed my plans. We shall still wait for Sigismund to withdraw his troops of his own accord, but we will wait with an army at our backs.
And how are we to raise an army? Wasn't it made clear at the meeting that no one wants to take the risk?
The only thing made clear was that each of us alone is weak, and that we could not find common ground. But that has now changed.
King Wenceslas is, by the will of God, the balbatim of all his subjects. Not only the Christians, our community, and not only ours, will give you coin.
The Gutenberg houses are still loyal to King Wenceslas, and we stand with Lord Ruthard.
And if that's not enough, the houses of Leipa and Kunstadt will unite and march side by side.
My niece, Yitka, will take young Lord Capon as her husband.
Oh, come on, lad, she might be absolutely
Lord
beautiful.
Kunstadt, Hanush, Radzig, and I will set out immediately. God willing, we will be back within 3 weeks, along with an army.
Now those are words worthy of a nobleman.
My friend, I still believe that words are more powerful than swords. And our words will ring in 1,000 voices to the glory of King Wenceslas.
Ordentes futurivat. Young Hans Capon. Meanwhile at Kuttenberg City Hall. Henry.
After we conquered the city, you promised to restore order immediately. And then I find out things are even more disordered than before.
Your Majesty, we are sorry. We will put it to rights.
You've already said that. I want to hear real solutions.
We will put more guards on the roads and toughen penalties. We can have a few captured bandits executed as an example to others.
We do not care about bandits. We care about rebellious nobles and burghers. What will you do with them? How will you solve the chaos in the town administration, the rebellious miners, and the dismal yields? And how is it even possible that a rebellion against the king is smoldering here in the city?
What do you mean, sire?
I hear the resistance is coming from the Jewish quarter, from right under your noses. Why haven't you done anything?
We don't know who is behind this. Without evidence, we cannot punish them.
Otto von Berghoff did not ask questions in Prague either. He acted. And I advise you to do the same. Find a couple of wretches in a hole somewhere, point them to the Jewish quarter, and give them free rein to do anything. The city's Jewish community was and still is on Wencesla's side.
Being Sigismund.
They need a warning.
We do not even have enough men to...
Marquardt, could you spare a few men for a while?
Of course, sire. I'll assign them to Eric. He'll take care of it.
So you see, all you have to do is make sure the city rebel get their share. You could at least manage that, couldn't you? And if the thought should cross your minds that you would get rid of the debts to the Jewish moneylanders this way, forget about it. Your debts will remain, up to the last groschen. Only now you owe us directly. And while we are on the subject of money, has the yield from the mines finally matched last year's?
Sire, the deposits are dwindling, and mining is becoming increasingly difficult. And to make matters worse, the miners started rebelling.
Don't take us for a fool. They'll stop rebelling when you pay them proper wages.
Your Majesty, we can't do that.
Silence! How dare you oppose the kingdom's protector? You're a bunch of incompetent sycophants. Chicken shits. Not any better than the scum hiding in the forest.
And drunks! Give them hell! Lazy fools, the lot of them.
How dare you?
Some of you are even swelling right here in the city council meeting. This is unbelievable.
Remove this swill pot from the hall immediately.
I'm telling the truth. This whole council is a farce. The whole city knows it.
Lord of Sargitz, your insolence just cost you your place on the council, and a month in the dungeon.
But...
Hopefully that'll be enough for him to sober up. And if not, put him in the pillory for a while, bailiff.
I'll see to it as soon as the council is over, Your Majesty.
All I hear from you over and over again are excuses and prevarication. And results? None. I therefore placed the city council under the authority of Sir Marquardt von Aulitz, who is present with immediate effect.
Roxy,
he will make sure you finally do your duty.
But, sire, that would be a violation of the privileges granted to us as a free mining town.
Silence!
Silence!
I am the only guarantor of your rights. You have to earn your privileges, not hide behind them. During my brother's reign, this idleness was perhaps tolerated. But that is over now. You were given a few simple tasks. But instead of working on them, you idled in the baths and lined your pockets. And let the traitors cast their nets undisturbed. But unlike my brother, I am capable of creating order. And I assure you, I do not distinguish between those who stand in my way. Be they beggars, noblemen, or city councillors. You have 2 weeks to restore order in the city and increase mining output. I want clear results, and you answer only to me and Sir Marquardt von Aulitz now. No one else. The council is dismissed. You, don't go anywhere, boy. Be so kind and remain here. Our throat has become rather dry. And we still wish to speak with our friend von Aulitz.
Yes, sire. As you wish, sire.
Between the two of us, Margaret, was I not
Big
perhaps too
Sigismund.
harsh on them? And speak candidly, we have had enough of false flattery.
Sire, you are harsh, rightfully so. These councils, they need to be shown their place. You suffered their insolence for far too long. The same is true.
We know. Otto repeated to us several times that it is time to strike against them. We are glad he's not here. He would be intolerably self-satisfied if he knew we had heeded him.
Boy, can't you see the king's cup is empty?
You tend to us as if we were infirm. Boy, pour us a monastic wine. The monks have a good beer. We have concerns. The Hungarians are rebelling. Our army is falling apart, and we have enemies here on all sides. Would we had a proper army instead of human mercenaries? They cannot be relied upon. And we are no closer to our goal now than a few months ago. Thank you. It is a good year. If our father were still alive, he would have been astonished by the mess that a few years brought to us. With a single word, he would have put the nobility in their place, and the country would flourish. God grant him eternal glory.
We won't need much more time. We'll arrest the traitor Odorin, and the rest will fall in line.
You say the others will be brought into line, but what do you know of them? We know only a few of them. But there's a fortress standing on every damn hill here. What side are their lords on?
We'll find out soon enough, sire.
If only Wenceslas were not such a stubborn ass, and relinquished that throne that he has no use for anyway. The nobility, on the other hand, found a ruler like him very useful. They made a puppet out of him.
Once you restore order, they'll join you. All you have to do is promise them the privileges they lost during Wenceslas' reign.
First, they'd have to be willing to make peace at least among themselves. Jobst does everything he can to sow chaos, so that he himself emerges victorious in the end. This business makes me thirsty. Pour me some of that red, boy.
I think Jobst is just waiting for the right moment. He'll switch sides when it suits him.
Maybe. But first I'll have to conquer a few more cities. And get a couple more lords on my side. Then they take the threat of war seriously. And Hungary. If Bohemia is a wasp nest, then Hungary is a viper's lair.
You will follow in his footsteps, sire, as soon as you get the chance.
But the wine is good here. To your health, Margaret.
Your health, Margaret.
And to your health too, boy. May your children grow in a land ruled by a good king.
Thank you, sire. You are too magnanimous.
Why? You did a good job. You can be proud
Oh,
of it.
Henry with the enemies.
To your health, your majesty.
First, we need to crack down on the biggest troublemakers.
We're working on it. While the consul was meeting, Otto von Berghoff and his men set out for Rabosch. Odorin won't give you any more trouble.
Rabosch.
He and Ruthard are in it together. Once we get Odorin, we can handle Ruthard easily. Rabosch will be yours. After all, Otto has already got Malishov.
I appreciate your confidence, sire.
But the devil knows there are a lot more strongholds to conquer here.
For the king, red wine, boy.
No, we shall have white.
we have had enough of rain. White it is. Quickly! If Repoche falls, others will follow.
I think von Berghoff's little contraption will find its use again.
If need be, we could use it to raise this town hall too. And I have some suggestions for other candidates.
Not so fast, my friend. It's a wondrous tool, but we can't rely on it forever.
King Sigismund.
Bring it here to the square and point it at the city hall? Those sycophants will benefit from a warning like that.
It's a splendid idea, but it won't be necessary. The councillors are quite fearful enough already that they can hide nothing from us.
There's been enough fretting, sire. You shall see. Soon we will drink to the conquest of another fortress.
You are right. So then, to victory. And you, boy, will you drink with us? So that you shall have something to tell your children and grandchildren.
To victory, sire.
To today's, and those of the future.
Ooh, Henry drinking with Sigismund. First he gets pissed with humans and then he drinks with King Sigismund. That's Rat Eye Feast. Rat Eye Feast!
Didn't you say that Lord Kronstadt was going with them?
I couldn't resist it either. The sausages were awful delicious. And when those two girls came by carrying that...
Now we close our doors for the evening. People here know
About the
what
girls?
to do.
About the picnic?
There'll be plenty more tomorrow, Sat.
Oh, he's pissed.
You in need of something?
Well, it's not like Godwin not to be drunk, is it?
I'd like to drink a toast with you to
Drink.
our joint success.
Don't drink a
As they
toast,
say,
really.
all's well that ends well.
All's
So,
well.
To brighter
Ends well.
tomorrows. Touching.
The
Come
Lord
now.
health.
What's become of your poetic soul?
Don't be drunk and behave.
Truly? Not even a little?
Isn't it little?
Well, maybe once. The older I get, the worse it is. Give me a few more years and I'll become a professional mourner.
See now. I'll only there's nothing.
Fuck! I've got a tongue like a slice of week-old bread after all that gabbing.
Well,
his lordship is so unsteady on his legs, he can't make it.
To hell with that keg slop. You're I had my eye on him all evening. He had pitchers brought from somewhere for himself and left the rest of us to drink cheap dregs. Try and find one of those pitchers for us, eh?
You can bet on it.
I don't doubt it.
I'm filled with grief. The roast was calling out to me, begging to be eaten.
Hey, Nick! Brown-eyed, though. Where are you supposed to keep watch and save the gate today?
I am not
I drank here, under the table. Even the notorious.
Be quiet. You are as drunk as a fiddler.
I am. Not.
The roast was calling out to me, begging to be eaten.
Is there anything in here I can find a picture of wine?
Fucking Sigismund, you twat! I love my Alicia. All right, done. Sorry, mate, but you're right about Sigismund. The sooner
It's oh, manners.
Whatever. Take
got by without us so far, they'll be fine. They were to get his old arse into his episode. That's saying something.
We're off to a good start.
Be quiet. You are as drunk as... Sorry.
From cleaning up this pit.
I need help. I mean the ones with the really...
And you're one of those.
I should say...
And I'm the... Anyway, I don't know nothing about no wine. In case, try asking my ma.
I've come to...
Really?
Well...
Do you play dice?
You mean...
You strip if you like. Either way, you'll end up bare ass.
I'll give that...
Not up to... Look, if you want a bit of fun, go and see Dasha. Couldn't you have run out when you started retching?
Good day.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt.
What do you think? A fortress full of hunger.
Where might I find...
Why?
It's not for me.
Aha. It's Lord Odorin's...
I have...
He didn't have to choose me.
Wait. You Kavietas...
It's been a long time since any... I was afraid you'd forgotten.
You haven't checked...
But I have. Not at all.
And how have you
Tell
been
me
all
how
this
you've
time?
been.
Did my father give you a hard time?
Not really. When he remarried and had another son, his mood
Innocent.
improved quite a bit. I also got married. And soon I had my little Elish. Young Sir Christopher used to come and play with her sometimes.
Tell me more about...
She's a big girl now. She's a maid here for now.
Well, aren't you worried?
Even as a little girl, she used to beat up...
And your husband...
Kuba.
God grant... Why don't we go and...
You really have... You ought go and have a...
Oh, that failed. Trying to get a leg over.
Everybody likes a drop of white.
Now there's a piece of horseflesh for you, Rootheart. Not like that nag of yours.
What the hell do you feed it with? It looks more like a damn bull.
Sir, there's some horsemen right out front of your fortress.
Ah, that's Peter of Pisac. Wouldn't come to the council, but he is coming happily to the celebration, you old fox.
The old fox. Oh no, it's not. I know what this bit is.
Come on in, sir. There's wine aplenty.
Oh, it's Otto von Berg. Oh shit.
Hey! Hey! Intruders! Enemies at the gates!
Seize the nobles! Kill the rest!
Come on, Godwin.
Jesus! The surrounding Christians
bastard! Hey! Coming out me with this bastard!
You caught him out sweetly! He's done more! He wounded me badly!
Got one step back! Stand your ground!
The trick is to stay with the nobles that can't touch you then.
No more mistakes!
What's it to be? Are you gonna fight or drop dead? You nearly knocked his block off! Fucking die already! Go to it!
How the hell did this geezer not die? His health was literally like that. Literally, his health was literally like that, and he fucking somehow got all the strength in the world.
Jesus! The surrounding Christmas can't make it on his own. Christ!
He's nearly got me! Right, Simmer!
Well, you're off.
You'll be fucking sorry!
Over your head, damn it! Show your stuff!
Surely you'll take this box! Right, Simmer!
Just kick the bucket, you dick! Stand your ground!
Fucking die already! You'll be fucking sorry!
Man, this isn't easy. Ah.
Jesus! The surrounding Christopher can't make it on his own.
Hey! I need a hand here!
Yeah, don't spare him! You're off. Show what you're made of.
Leave him alone! Get him! Slice him up!
Stand your ground!
Nice strike! Surely you can't take his boat!
Drive those horses out!
Take that fucker out, damn it!
Bash him on the head! You're dead!
Nice strike.
You're mine!
Come and brace yourself! Nice strike.
Come on.
I'll do those. Oh, it's Henry.
Go! Ka!
Whoa.
Nice strike. Go! Fuck yourself.
Good. Don't kill him. This one's mine. Nice strike. Once more, and we can go home.
Do it!
I'll
kill you, you cunt!
I'll chop you up, you shit!
He's the ghoul!
That won't work on me.
That'll teach you.
Hey! Come and help me with this bastard! Fuck around, damn it! Don't kill him! This one's mine! Right on the arm! This is how we fight in Trotsnov!
Give me that!
Carry out, Elisa! Right on the nose! That one's had it!
I'm dead.
That's it!
Ah.
Go back. Easy, good horse. Whoa!
You're dead!
Oh shit.
Fuck you, Horson!
Oh shit. Leg it.
You're done here, Horsens.
Oh, I didn't really have to do much there.
That was a close shave.
A little too close. Fuck me. Do my eyes deceive me? Henry!
Godwin!
How did you get...
Damn. I can't tell you how happy I am to see you. You turned up at just the right moment.
Is everyone alright?
Well, some are, some aren't.
They captured Oder and Kunstad and Rutard. And they took Alder and Kunrad of Vector away too.
They wanted to slay the rest like dogs.
What about my father? And Hanush?
They left with Yobs long before that. I'm sure they're all right, but... not every...
Where did they go? Back to Rattay?
They've got to raise an army for us. And I hope...
So we have a plan to counter Sigismund?
But, as you can see, our allies are getting scarce. We should lay low until Jobst gets back.
I'll gladly. Be so kind. And don't...
What happened, Godwin?
Anna of Waldstein.
Oh no.
She didn't stand a chance against those butchers. May she rest in peace.
She was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
And they almost killed my brother. But only almost. Good luck.
What do you mean, almost?
I got there in time to... Christopher tried to defend our father, but nearly lost his life doing it.
Old grievances aside, Odorin is an ally, the same as Ruth.
Oh, they all have their quirks. Cousin Botchicks will have to wait for the other side's move anyway. We don't even know where von Berghow took them.
I tried to come as soon as possible and warn you, but von Bergov's people beat me here.
You knew he was coming.
I was standing a few steps from von Aulitz when he told Sigismund I was pouring them wine, and had to listen to how Sigismund... It was a horrible feeling. Not being able to do...
And what could you possibly do?
Kill them. Both of them.
My fingers would itch too, or at least a fork. Do you know what that would cause?
The war would...
But at what cost? After Sig, they'd ransack the city and kill anyone in their way.
Do you like watching those foreigner dogs rampaging around and slaughter? Who else has to die before we do something about it?
Tell us about it. We were neck deep in corpses before you bothered.
Well, not you.
Fuck you, Jan.
We've lost a lot of allies. We'll have trouble finding new ones. They'll be afraid to even peep against Sigismund.
Well, are you surprised? Look around. Sigismund showed...
Is there anything we can do?
Definitely not right now. We'll treat the wounded, bury the dead, then we'll hide in the Devil's Den and wait for Jobst and his army.
If I survive the journey... Oh, God.
The king announced that is...
Fuck! Liechtenstein's got his people...
The city rabbi is sitting upstairs in the hall. At least he's...
They're our allies. We have to...
What do you mean by we? Everyone here is lucky to be still breathing. Maybe Samuel will figure something out.
He's here too.
Aye, escorting the rabbi. You should go and see them as soon as possible.
Anyway, we've got work to do.
Give me a moment. Guard the walls until morning. If anyone shows up, I want to know.
Horrible. So many dead.
Good to see you both.
Oh, come on. You know, I've walked out of much worse scrapes laughing.
They could well have killed us all. If it hadn't been for you, Henry, von Berkhoff could have caused a lot more harm.
Von Aulitz surprised even Sigismund with that. You should have seen the look on the king's face when he told him.
Well, not all of us. They killed Lady Anna of Waldstein, and many other nobles.
And they captured our clothes. Without them, we can hardly get the burghers on us.
We'll figure out a way to help them.
But how?
Get a grip. Whining doesn't help any...
You're right. When I drink too much wine, nevertheless, I have to admit, it can't get much worse.
Actually, it might. At Sigismund's council, an order was given to ransom...
God's wounds! We need to get back to the city and warn them. I'm going with you. Out of the question. Do you want to end? You'll be more useful if you stay. Henry, tell Samuel and the rabbi to get ready to travel.
Did I not tell you we should not come?
Sam, I need to have a word with you.
Uh-huh. Just tell him.
What did you talk about?
We talked about your step...
Why?
It's true, I did not. Remember how I stared at your sword when we first met? Well...
What? Pa's son?
Oh.
Yes. His son. That is...
Are you sure? We look the same age and...
When I was born, he was already long gone. Maybe we are not even a year apart. Nothing. Proof perhaps that both your god and mine You know, all my life, I thought if I did not give a shit about that man, but now that I know, I will never see him.
I can tell you about him if you want. This is not the end. We have to go to Sigismund ordered confiscation of the property of people.
The king has approved Xere.
He's no king to me.
What's a...
That is hard to...
Nonsense. Christians set out to kill our people. Innocent and often defenseless. Ransom and all that with the king's blessing.
This is what we were afraid of. But we need to get back into the city and get the people out. Will you come with us?
I'll come. And lick...
Very well.
Let's not waste...
Thank God you're all right. On the way here, I saw Sigismund horsemen.
Kubienka?
Well, I heard you were having some kind of a feast here, so I came, and I see instead of that, you have a massacre here.
Well, the real massacre is yet to come if we don't do... Can we borrow the wagon you arrived on?
But of course, I borrowed it too.
Could you stop blabbering already?
Easy, Ingele. And you, sir, if you can, come.
All right. But could you please tell...
I'll explain to you on the way.
Are you coming too, Sir John?
Of course.
Do you think that...
I'm not.
All right, then.
Let's go.
Peresh, can we go any faster?
Settle down, son. If you must keep your tongue busy, then use it to pray.
Would you tell me what the fuck is going on already?
Sigismund ordered an attack on the Jewish quarter. We need to get everyone out of there fast.
Bloody hell. I just got ailed up so nicely today.
Oh, that is just great. My mother's life is in the hands of a drunkard.
Don't you worry. These are some sturdy hands. I promise we will save you, Ma. No one will touch a single hair on her beautiful head.
What the hell are you babbling about?
What? I'm imagining she's pretty. It makes me more willing to put my neck on the line for her.
Stop with the nonsense already. All of you, I beg you.
Jesus. I was just trying to lighten the mood. We might all kick the bucket in a short while.
Damn it, Kubienka, shut the hell up. Seriously.
I didn't say all that much. Anyway. Can't you make the horses go a little faster, Grandpa? If this carries on, somebody's going to start sobbing.
We really should pick up the pace.
All right. Schnell. Schnell.
Schnell. Schnell. Gutenberg. I'm Henry, bailiff of Biscuit.
What's the matter?
We will walk from here. We cannot drive...
But how do we get into the town, then?
We will go through Sheol.
There are many abandoned mine shafts under the town.
Won't it collapse on our heads?
We'll find out soon enough.
Follow me.
What a blessing it is to have found the passageway.
I would be happy.
Killed our savior.
What did you just say?
Oh, nothing. I'm just blubbering.
I dare you to say that again. Loud and clear.
You know what, sir? Just ignore me and be glad I'm here. And you up front, pick it up a little curva. My arse is getting numb. Do you hear anyone?
If they manage to get all the way here, it is all over.
I think I must have just imagined it. Let's keep moving.
Let's keep moving.
We have to go this way. Hopefully we'll find it quickly. I left a stack of my papers in the tavern. And if they fall into Sigismund's hands, people in other towns will die too.
Do you think we're gonna make it in time? To find the papers? Save the people?
I pray we can, Henry. There's nothing more I can do. Hopefully everything will be all right at the tavern. The stash is locked away, and Samuel's friends are guarding the place. But who knows what the situation is like in the streets now.
Are you afraid?
Me? Do you have any idea how many times I've had to run from a burning town or deal with a hired assassin?
Yes. More than once, I reckon.
A lot more, I can tell you. But I admit, I was afraid every single time. Damn it!
What's the matter?
The door leading up to the tavern is open. Samuel's men wouldn't have left it like this. Somebody...
I'll go upstairs.
I hope so. I'll gather up my things in the meantime. I'll meet you outside the tavern.
Fucking great.
I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker!
Who else? Always good to save. So once I've done this, I think I might wrap up this part.
Eric will give us a bollocking again. Damn it.
Oh, I can't leave now.
Search the whole place, they say. Bring any important-looking documents. How the fuck should I know what an important document looks like? I ain't never seen none.
You're mine!
I'll beat you to a bloody pulp, fucker!
Oh, I was lucky. Oh, bloody hell, it's in it, man.
This won't end well for you. Fuck you! What's it to be, you wretch? This has been going on too long.
Oh, fuck. Oh. Okay. I didn't know they'd attack him as well.
Search the whole place, they say. Bring any important-looking documents. How the fuck should I know what an important document looks like? I ain't never seen none.
Ooh, lucky.
Oh, fucker!
Hey, get him! Shit!
Nice strike! Bloody pulp fucker!
That weakling was useless!
I'll have my arrows back. Okay, let's get out of here.
Baruch Hashem, Henry. You're all right.
Sam, you're back already? How does it look outside?
A few of the cutthroats got in over the walls, but we dealt with them. But there are more outside the gate.
4 of them were here in the tavern too.
Fortunately, they didn't take anything important. But your friends paid...
What?
I'm so sorry. If it's any consolation,
But they didn't look like they just came to the tavern by chance. What about your mother?
She is, thank God. I told her to get ready, and we...
I'm really sorry about your friends.
There was nothing you could do. Benavis Hamartes. This Erik is real.
There'll be plenty of time.
I'm sure Mum is...
You go ahead. I'll lock the...
But sir...
I can take care of myself. God be with you.
What's the matter? Where's Sam?
Don't worry, ma'am. He sent me to take you to him.
Mein Gott! What happened to him?
Nothing. He's out on the street helping the wounded. Let's go, now.
Wait!
My name is Henry.
Of course I do.
I'm his...
Was sagst du?
Sam told me that...
Watch out! More are coming! Run to the...
What's going on?
Sam! Are you alright?
I'm fine, but we will talk when you are safe. Now run!
We have to get to the synagogue.
Through the backyards!
Okay.
Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them!
Useless! You're not up to it!
I think it's best if I can crossbow for this. More powerful.
Watch out! They're shooting at us! From the ramparts! Get rid of them! They're gone. We have to keep going. Through the yards.
Oh yeah.
Somebody help us! Leave us alone! Leave us alone! We cannot get past the wagon. We have to go this way.
I'm coming in.
Through the house.
Yeah.
I'll be done with you in a flash.
Yeah. There,
bleeding like a stuck pig.
To death before I got you. You'll die for that.
Think you can face me? Do you?
Die!
Is there something happening?
Kill them! God will forgive you. Yeah.
Is that all you got, Bechosotten?
The place is clear now. Come inside. Mummy, are you all right?
I'm fine. But what about you, mein Kind?
I'm still alive. We can talk later. Now, we have to go.
Henry, over here!
Kick them all down!
Good God.
Come on!
What the hell?
What is it, fuckers? Rather slaughter women and the defenseless?
Let's go! What's going on up there?
Go inside. Quick. To the fucking task.
To the fucking task.
I've never been so glad to see you two.
In need of a helping hand, are you?
No, I just don't want to die here alone. There they are. Well, now we're really fucked.
Mustn't get inside. We have to hold them back.
For how long, though?
As long as we need to.
I'm looking forward to this. Fucking hell, there's loads of them.
Fucking horse arms!
Oh no, I've missed.
I'll be done with you. Slice him up!
Oh, come on. I thought loading's meant to be faster on next gen. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to. I'm not long enough now, but. Well, folks, I'm in for a bit of a challenge now, but I'm going to have to wrap up this stream right here. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you are watching now on Twitch, please follow. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a like and subscribe. That will really help me out. If you wish to make a donation, link is in channel. That's both Twitch and YouTube. Thank you, The Real Devil, for being with me again tonight. And to the rest of you, thank you once again for joining, and I will see you soon with hopefully less stressful KCD too.